What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Igloo Cinema, and this week we want to watch The Wolf of Wall Street, directed by Martin Scorsese and starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Jonah Hill. So, you know, that's... yeah. So if you do not know what this movie is about a guy that gets a lot of money and starts a lot of cocaine and has a lot of sex with a lot of women. And that's basically it. If you guys want the full synopsis, it's in the description box down below. But let's get on to the review. So like always, we're going to take turns talking about what we liked and what we didn't like, and that's going to be a review, and then we're going to give a score at the end. So let's just start off. I guess I'll go. So I really like this movie. We were planning to watch this sooner, but we, had some problems with timing issues, so we finally got a chance to watch it, and I really enjoyed it. It is quite a long movie, 3 hours almost, I think. Yeah. But I really liked it. I liked the story. I liked how they try to glorify. Like I get what people meant when they said this movie glorifies like the whole Wall Street thing and the money and the greed, but I think it glorifies it in the way that makes you not want to be in that situation. Like, oh, the money is fine and all, but then you start smoking cocaine, doing all the drugs, start doing illegal stuff because you want more and more money because you start, having greed. You start being greedy, and like there's a possibility of cheating on your wife and getting arrested. So
everything just tumbles after.
Yeah, everything just tumbles after. So I don't think it's a glorification of this stuff in a bad way, more so in a good way. And I really liked it. I thought it was a very fun movie, very funny movie. All the antics that they get up to are like ridiculous, and you just can't believe they're doing this. But they just have so much money.
Yeah, literally so much.
I love the acting. I think this is like all his other roles. Leonardo DiCaprio does fantastic, and I just hope he gets at least an Oscar nomination. Yeah. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gets snubbed this year again, which is bullshit. But we have a video about that. Link in the description box down below.
It's gonna be kind of out of date by now. But
well, yeah, but
it's still our point still stands.
Our point still stands. But anyways, I thought it was a great role for him, and I just hope he gets some recognition for the Oscars. But Jonah Hill was fantastic.
Yeah, Jonah Hill.
I think he's a great actor. Like,
I think he's an underused actor.
Yeah. Like I think he's established himself as a very accomplished actor.
Yeah.
He has talent, and he's gone a long way since Superbad. So fantastic. And everyone else does fine. I thought, like always, like every Martin Scorsese movie, the acting is fantastic. Yeah. I think he really knows how to direct people, no matter who they are. So that was fantastic. And overall, it was a fun movie. I don't think they should have cut anything. I think, despite it being really long, it still was the right length for me. I enjoyed myself, and I didn't really notice how long it was until towards the very end. But that's only like a small kind of. But overall, fantastic. I loved it.
This was an okay movie for me. I didn't want to watch it at first, and then I thought it over. I was like, might as well watch it. And the acting was good. And I was super surprised at Jordan Hill because I've watched 21 Jump Street, and I always thought he was like this comedy actor. And then when I saw this, I was like, oh, he can be like this serious of an actor. So I was really surprised at that. Well done. Leonardo DiCaprio is awesome as usual. I feel like, they gave a really good moral with money isn't everything. Money can screw you over really hard. Another thing I didn't like, because I feel like it was paced really like slow, because that's why the movie dragged on for so long. And they also there's a lot of sex, like a lot.
And it can be a little bit too
I feel
much.
like it's too much. I get that they're trying to like see how much they give so much money they can do like anything with it, but like, whoa. Like, relax with that. Chill.
I kind of disagree with that, because I think the sex actually, like, builds to the fact that they're trying to, like, fucking just show how ridiculous people get when they have so much money. All this crazy stuff. So I disagree. I think it actually helped, but I can see why it can be a little bit too much.
Didn't you think at the point where they were having sex in the office, did you not think...
Yeah.
I don't know, I just felt like it just added to the fucking crazy...
It made sense, but at some point you were just like...
okay.
Okay, I can see that.
It's still... The movie's still really humorous, and, because, like, they give you in these ridiculous situations where they have all this money, they don't know what to do with it. So.
Right. And yeah, I feel like there's some scenes that you would think that it doesn't really add to the plot, but I think like every Scorsese movie he adds these things just to make it seem more like I don't know, like there's these ridiculous scenes that they're just like talking about fucking doing all these crazy shit, like nothing to do with getting money or anything. They just want to have fun.
How you were gonna spend it?
Yeah, how you gonna spend, and I just thought those were so like interesting scenes. But I can see why some people would think to cut those scenes, but. Anyways.
Oh, and there's also a lot of dialogue, like very dialogue heavy. So
like a lot of Scorsese movies.
I think what I like about this movie was it showed up how versatile a director Martin Scorsese is. Because I know you watch Goodfellas, and I know he's made Gangs of New York and a lot of gangster movies.
Yeah, a lot of gangster movies.
And those are really serious movies. And then you watch something like this, and you're like, wow, look at the story that he's developed.
And like he also like his last movie Hugo is a children's
exactly.
movie, and he's shown he can do all these different kinds.
So he's not a typecasted director. It's like, oh, we're making a gangster movie. Let's call Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
I think that he understands film very well. He knows the different archetypes of characters. And that's why I think the Jordan Belfort character is written so well, is because it shows how you enter the business as an innocent, kind of naive person, and then you get a little bit of money, and you get more money, and then at some point you just can't stop getting that money.
Yeah, it comes to a point where you don't need any more money.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Still want it.
Yeah, at some point, and then all these characters that you bring in to like instigate all of this, and it just gets out of hand. Yeah, and I think that's so interesting about how money can turn you from one person to another.
Yeah, and just and I feel like he doesn't even notice it in the movie. Like he's not self-conscious. It just happens.
It just keeps rolling. And it gets such a big snowball in a sense.
Like a new idea comes out, and then another one. It just starts building.
Yeah, it just snowballs into this huge thing that you can't turn around, look at yourself, and go, "What am I doing?"
Yeah, it just shows like the dark side of the business world, basically.
Yeah, but even with all this like dark undertones, you still have lots of humor.
Because they don't know what they're doing.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie because they, like you said, they show off how people would spend this money.
Yeah.
And just thinking, if this is a true story, can you imagine? Walk into an office and just seeing this chaos.
Like sex in the washroom and fucking marching bands all over the place. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I think the different characters that he had, his family life that Jordan interacts with, kind of off balances, so you show that how ridiculous it actually is.
Yeah, like that scene where he's trying to get his kid away from the house, like that really showed how much he's changed. Like his daughter doesn't even want to be with him because he's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's just like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
At some point, you just got to get off.
Yeah.
And I think for points of the movie, he reflects near the end.
And he gets, like, he wants to get there, but then the money pulls him backwards, and yet he goes back to his usual way.
And that money just keeps digging a bigger hole for him, so...
Yeah, it's a really, really, like, interesting character study and, like, thing about money. Also, on the ensemble cast was very well put together. Yeah. I thought the stockbrokers that he puts together as his team. Yeah. They're all very distinct and
they are. Yeah. Like you would think that after he gets bigger, those characters will be pushed aside, but they're still very prominent in the movie. Even though obviously they don't get a lot of dialogue, but you still recognize them as the original
as like the
people.
main people.
Yeah. So.
I just wanted to see more of Matthew McConaughey. I saw him in the trailer. I was like, this is the Matthew McConaughey I want to see. So yeah.
Anything you didn't like?
What I did? It's very iffy. The story at some points could have been cut. I think. I think the original movie was like more than 3 hours, and he still had more to cut.
Yeah.
I think more could have been cut. I think some parts I think were not very necessary to the story. I think you could have cut to the chase earlier, about the point he was trying to make, and I think that's all.
I feel like that's Scorsese though. Like he just has all these scenes, even though some scenes that don't look like they're add to the plot, but they add to like the atmosphere, the world, like just what they're trying to set up and stuff. So I kind of disagree. I feel like the scenes were necessary in most cases, but I can see why people would want them to be cut because it is really long.
Yeah.
So that's it. So after that, it's time to give our scores for the movie. I'll start. So Wolf of Wall Street, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Fantastic movie. I think just like American Hustle, it's a very fun movie, but also has some dark undertones underneath. And I think that both movies are great, and I don't think either one is better than the other. Not that I'm saying they're similar movies, because there are some very different things about those movies. American Hustle, I feel like it's funny, but has a lot of dark undertones, while Wolf of Wall Street is funny and has a good time throughout most of the movie until the very end where it gets serious. And I think both have their awesome, good stuff, and both have their bad stuff. And I think for both movies, the good stuff overrides the bad stuff, and I think none of each is better than the other. And I think they're both great movies, and both one of my favorite movies of the year, of 2013. So, yeah.
For me, the movie was okay. It wasn't amazing or anything. And there was good humor, and it also showed the dark side of business. I think there was a good balance, so I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. I think at some point you just gotta cut back on the insanity, because I think American Hustle had more of a controlled chaos.
Okay.
And I think I think some parts of this movie were a little too out there. I think that at some point you need to pull it back a bit and focus it back in on the story.
Okay. And yeah, so overall, across the board, average score for Wolf of Wall Street is an 8 out of 10. Fantastic movie. Really recommend you guys to watch it, especially if you like American Hustle and you like those fun kind of movies. Yeah. This one's also like that. And if you're a fan of Scorsese movies, you definitely love this one. I think Scorsese brings everything to the table just like he usually does.
Yeah, it's a classic Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese team up.
Yeah, it's one of those great Leo and Martin's team up. So if you like Scorsese, check it out. You won't be disappointed. And yeah, go watch it if you haven't already. So that's it for this episode of the Igloo Cinema. If you guys watched the movie, please give your review down below. We'd love to hear what you guys think. Do you like it, dislike it, why or why not? Also tell us what you think about our opinions. Do you agree with us or disagree with us, why or why not? Give your comment down below. They're always great. And yeah, that's it for this episode. If you guys like this video, please like it. Like it even more, please favorite it. Like it even more, please share it. Subscribe to the channel for updated content. Also subscribe to our personal channels, other stuff there too. And yes, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next Igloo Cinema, Black Couch, or whatever.
Bye.